Do, 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 do. Do. All right. I think I've got everything I need. Let's make some sparkly stuff. All right. So today we are going to play with some new ceramic rings that I have. I got black cores and white cores. So we are going to futz around a little bit and see what we can do. These things look pretty neat. Pretty sure that's a ceramic one. I've got a carbon fiber over here, but I think that one's in a 9.5. Hey, Johnny, welcome in. Glad to have you. So for this first one, I've already mixed up a little bit of white pearl and some crushed quartz. And we're going to use that as the base color. Or we're going to try to anyway. Hey, Michael, welcome in. So this is the pearl dust with the crushed quartz. I'm just hoping I blend it up enough. Make it all the way around the ring. All right. I like that so far. Now we're going to take some of this ultra thin and let that flood in. All right. Let that spin for just a second to dry off. Hey, Michael, welcome in. Try wildlife. I like it. And thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Maybe I can help you keep your Monday nice and chill. Hope you had a great weekend. Let me see if I can zoom. Y'all tell me if this gets too grainy when I zoom in more. So I want y'all to be able to see what's going on. I just don't want it too pixelated. All right, so let's see. That's a nice white base. Let's get... green maybe? No. I kind of just want to leave it white. What do y'all think? I think I might just leave this one white, go with some bigger chunks of the quartz. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Do I have yellow ring cores? I do not, but I do have multiple yellow mica powders that I can use for the inlays. Blue? I do have blue. I have some lapis. You want to see some of that laid in there? Hey, Miss Patricia, welcome in. Okay, let's mix some of that lapis with some of the quartz. That'll look pretty nice. Hey, Ray. Where are my tweezers? There we go. And my resin. There it is. Sorry, guys. I thought I had everything ready today. Well, apparently not. Maybe I don't like the blue in there. That might be too much. Don't know that I like this. Quartz might be too big too. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. Let's try. Where's my quartz dust? All right, this is where it gets bright. Boom. Hey, Mr. West, how are you? Jake, welcome in. Thank you, sir. No, sir, Wes, there is never too much shiny stuff. All right. Now we're going to hit that with a little bit more of the pearl. Once I find my resin. And then we'll start polishing this thing up. I'm going to kind of batch these out today. I've got, I want to get, well, I got about 12 of them I need to get made, but instead of having to stop and wet sand and jump back and forth, I want to try and get everything done in one go. And then we'll just get them to where they're ready to wet sand, and then we'll start wet sanding them. Take care, Johnny. Old house party, right? And then probably what I'll do is after I get all of this stuff, I'll have like a whole bunch of this in my little tray. I'll just take some standard stainless ring core that I have, and we'll see what happens when I just put it all in there. I like the chaos factor. Hey, Miss Francis. I'm glad you could make it. I am going to need some help from you guys today, if you don't mind. I'm going to pin a link here. If you guys would not mind clicking on that and going and checking it out, and just tell me if it runs on the various devices y'all are on. I'm looking specifically for Apple users and anybody on a tablet. PC seems to be okay. My Android seems to be okay, but I can't check the other two. Doesn't work on the iPhone. I can report or block it, but can't open it. Can't click it. Looks good on my Mac. Huh, okay. Someone's ping. What device are you running on? Hi, Amy. Welcome in. On an Android and can't use it. Okay. Interesting. Got a little bit more to get off there. All right, that's better. No, I gotta turn that off first. What up, Mike? Hmm. Ping, if I could pester you to try to go to my channel page and in the About section, you'll find the same link. Can you try it from there and tell me if it works? All right. Now I do that just so that I can go back and lay that final kind of a beauty coat of resin in there. It'll make everything look nice and pretty. Okay, thank you. I appreciate you checking that for me. Wash that off real quick. So I have been thinking about your lighter, Wes, if you're still in here. All right. Patricia, my base material is Pearl white pearl, and powdered quartz. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, Miss Francis. Thank you, Ping. I appreciate you hanging out for a little bit. Hope you have a great one. I'm gonna zoom y'all out a little bit so the thing will focus a little better, maybe. Yeah, there we go. Miss Francis, I use my lathe for everything. That's why it looks the way it does. This thing's covered in resin and glue and paint and varnish and all right, Miss Patricia, thank you for checking. I got my quartz from UGG. Who did I buy this from? I believe the company was called Pep Rocks, Peprocks. I think that's who I got it from. All right, it's still a little juicy, but and I haven't cleaned the resin off of the exterior of the ceramic yet. So while we prep for the next one, I'm gonna go stick this one out in the sun and let it finish. Is that a raindrop? Really? Jeez. All right, so that one came out kind of cool. Let's try a white one. I'm interested to see how that goes. And I think the white will look really cool with like lapis or something in there. Nope. All right. So let's see. We're gonna do. I have some lapis dust, but I also have some amethyst. But I think the amethyst is going to be too white. I don't know. What do y'all think? I think that amethyst is just going to blend in. The lapis may be enough contrast. Although I do have a little bit, I have some, I guess, sand grade for the lapis. We could try that. Try that one. And since this one is already white on the bottom, I don't really have to put a base coat in. So we'll jump straight into the material. try and recapture this. So let's do a little baggy. And then we'll use some thin to lock it all down. And then we're going to go over that with some of the powder just to fill in some of those gaps. If I can get it to flow. Come on. Cool. Hey, Miss June. For anybody keeping score at home, this is why also why my cutters are always in such bad shape. What's wrong, Miss June? All right. Thank you, Amy. That is very much appreciated. Hello. All right, how are we doing? We got 19 people in here, 25 likes, so it's not bad. I know rings aren't near as fun as watching the wood fly. But it all has to get made. Because the shop stuff does not make itself. All right, let's get this off. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it out and sit it in the sun, but I'll give you all a look at it real quick. And like I said, all of these are going to have to be cut down, back down to the ceramic surface and polished, but just give you an idea what the inlay is looking like. All right, so let's see. We've done a black ceramic with white. We've done a white ceramic with blue. I wish Zan was in here. She's my gemologist. I never remember what all these things are called. So we're going to do some of this. And do we want to put it in a black ring core or do we want to put it in a white ring core? Decisions. Or do I want to do it in tungsten? Black, okay. I can do that. Oh, you know what? We'll do that in this carbon fiber. So we did 2 ceramics. I have a black carbon fiber here. Show the options again. But here, I'll let you pick the next one, Candace, since they've already voted black. So these are cool. This is actually a ring made of carbon fiber. Isn't that neat looking? Never made one, so we're going to see. Could go great, could not. My concern is that if I end up hitting it with the cutter, that it's going to honk it all up. Because carbon fiber does like to shatter. Anybody that watches F1 will know that. and it will cut you horribly. So I can't just put my finger on it like I do the regular stuff. So let's get my tray in the way. And I think, no, I guess we'll just do the medium CA and then cover. I think that's going to work out okay. Give that a spin to even it out. And let me grab a paper towel to catch the spillover from this. Chunky. This is the tedious part. When you do the big chunk ones and you have to go in and put them in by hand. But it's worth it. There we go. Starting to feel like one of my paint day videos in here. Just 10 of us hanging out. But that's all right. We'll let that set up for a minute. And then we'll really get to making a mess because this is going to fly everywhere. Take care, Amy. Well, that's not too bad. Almost feels like you're cutting Delrin, which is what these black bushings are made out of. That looks all right. Hey, Heidi, welcome in. Hey, Sunstep, how are you? Sunstep, I went and checked out a bunch of your shorts this morning, having my coffee. Some gorgeous work you're doing. All right. That was a super thin coat, so that didn't take too long. Yeah, but it's good to see people, just trying. That's in in the West, it's a dying art form, so it makes me happy. All right, so that's 3. All right, Candace gets to pick the next one. So I've got white ceramic again. I have black ceramic again, or I have tungsten carbide. So your choice, Candace. Thank you, Miss Francis, for fielding that question. But yes, inlay rings. I sell them down in town at the artisan shop, and they do pretty good for me. So I'm gonna do up. I bought a bunch of new cores from a company I'd never used before, and I'm trying them out. And these are gonna go up on my new website when I get it published here soon. The one with the size 8. Where did I put them? There we go. The black one. No, I had 2 size 8s. The ceramic or the carbide or tungsten. Ceramic. Got you. All right. I think we'll do this one in green because I've got some jade. It's called astro dust. Don't know what that means. Anybody see the old heavy metal movie? The 2 alien dudes, the plutonium Nyborg. That's what I think of when I think astro dust. So anyway, so we're going to use this stuff as the base, and then I think we'll do. Hi, Miss Mania. Let's see. So, is that avertarine or something like that? I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, well, let's try that. So this one is going to be wearing it. All right, so we're gonna do a medium CA coat to start. Thank you, Miss Mania. If I'm being honest, I don't know what's going on here at the time either, but I too enjoy the chill vibe, which is why I do it. I don't think I'm going to be able to save this stuff. Let's see. Where's my paper? Nope. Yeah, we're just going to have to call this one a loss. Well, I might be able to reclaim that. We'll see. That is a no. All right, so we're going to get that ground out a little bit. Okay, not bad. All right, that looks like a better base to start from. Yep, that looks good. All right, get that cleaned out. And then we'll get some stones laid in there. Looking good. All right. So we will start with I suppose I can just go straight to the resin. Maybe. Okay, so Miss Mania, basically, it is a combination of, here's one that's finished. If I can get it to focus. Here we go. So that is amethyst over some lavender mica. And then encased in resin on a stainless steel ring core. And then this one's actually not, I mean, it's finished in the sense that it's already been polished. I'm going to go in and cut a track right down the middle of it. And I'm going to inlay some burnt copper mica just to give it a little character. Thank you. And I'm not sure what to do with it, but I have some jade and some tiger eye that I want to make something with. Just not sure which one. I have, where's it at? I have this one. And I might make that one for myself, but it's faceted tungsten, and that tiger eye would look pretty cool in here, I'm betting. Hey. That one's going to look nice, I think. So is that using that? Take care, Miss Patricia. Miss Francis, is that using that thermal powder that I see you use from time to time to do the mood rings? That is. Thank you, Candace. Yes, Miss Mania, it is a UV light. Oh, cool. That pretty neat. All right. Well, I think this one is about finished. Yep. So I'm going to take it outside for just a minute, let it sit in the sun and cure the rest of the way. And then we'll get everything in here and get them all finished up. Oh, I didn't show you guys. That was mean of me, wasn't it? All right, I'll let those two sit there and cure some more. We'll get started on these guys. All right, so for those of you that weren't here at the beginning, we made these two at the start of the broadcast. And now we're going to finish them up and get them polished in wet sand. And a little bit right there. Still right there. All right. Where to put my water? What's up, Izzy? And yes, this one is um, white pearl and quartz crystal. Well, this one's got a lot of that. Hey, Suzanne, welcome in. Thank you, Miss Mania. All right, let's see here. Get my smaller set of bushings. I'm actually very impressed with these ceramic cores. I was quite worried. Um, I didn't know how they were going to handle being sanded on and cut on. And so far, they might even be a little bit better than the stainless, which is kind of cool because I think they look prettier. You're all good, Candace. Just getting the second one started. So run through the grits on this one, and then we'll go get the other two out of the sun and see how they turn out. And we're starting at 320 and we're working our way up to 12,000 grit on these wet pads. And then I'll probably go put them on the buffing wheel after I get all of them polished, just for that extra little bit of bling bling. They don't really need it when you go up to 12,000 wet sanding, but you know. Hey, Delenn, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping in. That one's got some voids. I might have to refinish this one again. Not much. I just feel a couple of air pockets. And you see I missed a couple little voids right on that, but it looks like only on this edge. So maybe what I'll do is do a wire cut just around that edge and do like a black mica inlay or something just to cover up that spot, make it look a little bit more consistent. But we'll see. All right, while I'm waiting, those other two need to sit in the sun a little bit more. So let me throw these on the buffing wheel real quick for y'all, and then we'll take a look at them. So that's two down. And let's see, this was the first one I did, right? So that was the 8.5. Got to get them back in the right baggie so they keep their tags with them. And then this one was a 6. I'll pull all these out again later and show y'all before we end the live today. So we're going to do that carbon fiber one last, just because I have no idea how to polish it. So if it explodes or something stupid, we'll go out on that note, because that's always fun. Looks like this one's going to need a little fix too. I think this one's got a low spot. Yep. It's all right. I think I can get that out. Still leave it looking nice. Let's see. Yes, the white shavings are indeed the resin, or bits of the stone. Hey, Dan, welcome in. 1 second. I'll catch up on chat with you guys. I'll just throw this on the buffer real fast. Thank you. Thank you. So this was the other 8. All right, now we'll put that carbon fiber on and see if it finishes out as nice as I hope it does. Because the stone combination, it's really nice. It's just got a lot of overflow on it. All right, let's see. Who do I have in here? Francis. Appreciate that, Candace. Miss Mania, you talking here all you want. That's pretty much all we do is hang out with each other. Just about everybody in here is a maker of some sort. And we all hang out with each other in our shops from wherever we are in the country. And as Wowie would say, the more you chat, the more you hit the like button, the more the, what does he call it? The algorithm hamster? The more treats it gets, the happier he is. Well, I didn't say what we made. You didn't have to go calling me out, Suzanne. Jeez. I am not going to attempt that anymore because I just don't know the material enough. But it looks like I got everything cut back to the recess, so we should be okay. All right. Now this is the test because I really have no idea how this stuff polishes up. So yeah, you know how to reach me, Suzanne. We'll talk. Jury's still out on this carbon fiber, but the black ceramic and the white ceramic did great. And I have some tungsten here that I haven't done yet. I'll do those on a different live. Although I do have one I think you'll like. I'll show you in just a second. Let's see. Wow, that stuff is making a whole bunch of carbon dust. Can you see that? There we go. It's crazy looking schmutz. And polished up okay. Put it on the wheel and see how it did. Thing's just so light it feels like it's gonna break in your hand. Ooh, it gets hot. Hot. All right. Well, of note, the carbon fiber gets much hotter than the stainless does. So you can't just run it on there like I generally do. Good to know. Not sure how I feel about the finish. Although I do kind of like that matte finish against the gloss of the stones. But I feel like the inlay just didn't take as well on the carbon as it did on like the ceramic or the steel. Still came out nice though. I just don't think it's the nicest one we've done today. Um, so Suzanne, the other ring that I have that you might like for Josh, it's a faceted tungsten. He a big old guy, so I'll have to get a bigger size for him, but check that out. All right, so let's see. Put these in order so I don't forget them. 6, 8.5. What was the other one I did today? An 8. Okay. How long have I been on? 2 hours. I spent all week chasing down errors, web errors, trying to get the website finished. I've got everything set up in the shop for a photo shoot, so I can't use any of my saws right now. That's what I wear too. In the shop is my rubber one. All right. So this was today's exercise. I'm going to zoom back out to 1:1, I guess. So this will focus a little better. So this is a 6, an 8, an 8.5, and a 9.5 in the carbon fiber. The green one here. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I can totally do that. That's it's pearl powder and quartz. So eventually, once I get these photoed, they'll be available. And any of you guys that tried out my link, I appreciate that. I don't know why it's not working, but it's good to know that it works on some, doesn't work on others, so I know what to troubleshoot. But I am going to call this a good one for today. Thank you, Candace. Um, 9.5 or a 10. I have the faceted one I showed you is an 8, so that's no good. I don't think I have. The only one I have a 9.5 in right now is that carbon fiber one. But I'll order you whatever you want. So yeah, just let me know. Thank you, Dan. Take care, Izzy. You guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys have a great week. I will be back. I may be painting tomorrow. Um, I've got some prep work to do this afternoon, but if I get everything ready, I'll be live noon tomorrow painting. So I hope to see some of you there. And then later in the week, I have some pens that I need to crank out, and I have an order for one of those lighters that I need to take care of. Um, so I may paint tomorrow and then do a members live midweek sometime, and you guys can actually see my process for making my pen blanks. Um, but that is to be determined. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I hope everybody has a blessed week, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.